Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Judy English Daily, where every conversation helps you learn. I'm Judy.
Hello, Judy. Hello, everyone. I'm Jake. How are you today, Judy?
I am really good, thank you. I had a quiet morning. I sat on my balcony with my green tea and watched the sky. The clouds were so pretty today. And you, Jake?
I am okay, but I had a funny morning.
A funny morning? Tell me.
Well, I went to a new cafe today. I wanted to order a coffee, just a simple coffee. But the person behind the counter asked me so many questions. What size? Hot or cold? Do you want milk?
Oh, those are normal questions.
I know, and I knew the answers. I knew all the words, but my mouth just stopped. My brain froze. I just pointed at the menu and said, "That one, please."
Oh, Jake, that happens to so many people. You know the words, but in the moment you feel nervous and everything disappears.
Exactly. I study English every day, but when I talk to a real person, I get so nervous. My hands get cold and my mind goes empty.
Well, that is actually our topic today.
Really?
Yes, today we are talking about how to speak English with confidence. Confidence, that means you believe you can do something. You feel strong and ready.
Oh, I need this. I really need this today.
Many of our listeners need this too. So today I have 5 tips, 5 simple tips to help you feel more confident when you speak English.
5 tips? I am ready.
But first, we have a small request.
Yes, if you like our podcast, please click the like button.
Please subscribe to Judy English Daily.
And share this episode with your friends and family.
Thank you. It helps us so much.
We love our listeners.
Okay, now let's start.
So, Judy, what are we learning today?
Well, let me ask you something first. When you speak your own language, do you feel nervous?
No, never. I feel fine. I just talk.
But in English, you feel different.
Very different. I feel small, like a child. I think too much before I speak, and then the moment is gone.
That is so normal. When we learn a new language, we often feel like a child again. But I want to tell you something important. You don't need perfect English to be confident. You just need to start.
Start small.
Exactly. And that is tip number 1. Start with short sentences.
Short sentences.
Yes, many learners think they need long, beautiful sentences. They think they need to say something like, "Excuse me, I was wondering if I could perhaps order a cup of coffee."
I could never say that in a cafe. My brain would stop at wondering.
And you don't need to. You can say, "1 coffee, please." 3 words. Done. The person understands you. You get your coffee. That is success.
1 coffee, please. That is really easy.
Right. Short sentences work. Where's the bathroom? How much is this? Can I sit here? These are all short, and they all work perfectly.
So I don't need to say more.
No. Short is clear. Short is strong. And when you use short sentences, you make fewer mistakes. When you make fewer mistakes, you feel more confident. And when you feel confident, you want to speak more. It is like a circle. A good circle.
A good circle. I like that. Let me try some. Is this seat free?
Perfect. 4 words. Everyone understands.
The check, please.
That's right.
Okay, one more. I'm at a shop. I want to try on a shirt. Can I try this on?
5 words. Clear and polite. You see, Jake, you already know many short sentences. You use them every day. You just didn't know they were enough.
I always thought I needed more words.
You don't. Short sentences are strong sentences. And here's one more thing. When you use a short sentence and the person understands you, pay attention to that feeling, that good feeling. That is confidence growing.
I like that feeling.
Good. Now our second tip, prepare your safe sentences.
Safe sentences. What do you mean?
Safe sentences are sentences you know very, very well. You practice them so many times that they feel easy. They feel natural. When you need them, they just come out. Like when you ride a bicycle. You don't think about it. Your body just knows.
Oh, I see. Because I practiced so many times.
Exactly. The same thing happens with sentences. Say, nice to meet you, 100 times at home. Then, when you meet a real person, the words just come out. You don't need to think. You don't need to translate.
Okay. What are some good safe sentences?
Here are a few. Nice to meet you. Can you say that again, please? I'm sorry, I don't understand. How much is this? Thank you so much.
Can you say that again, please? I love that one, because sometimes people speak fast and I need them to say it again.
Yes, and here's the beautiful thing. When you say, can you say that again, please? You are speaking English. You are having a real conversation. That is confidence right there.
That is true. I never thought about it that way.
How many safe sentences do you need? I think 5 to 10 is a great start. Practice them every day. Say them out loud. And when the moment comes, you'll be ready.
I will make my list tonight.
Great idea. And you know what? Let's practice right now. Imagine you meet someone new. I will be that person. Ready?
Okay, I will try.
Hi there. I'm Sarah. What is your name?
Hi, Sarah. I'm Jake. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Where are you from?
I am from my country, but I live here now.
Oh, nice. How long have you been here?
I'm sorry, can you say that again, please?
Of course. How long have you lived here?
Oh, about 2 years now.
That is great. Well, nice talking to you, Jake.
Thank you. You too. Nice to meet you.
Perfect. Did you hear that, everyone? Jake used 3 safe sentences in that conversation. He greeted her, he asked her to repeat something, and he said goodbye. Those safe sentences carried the whole conversation.
That felt easy. I didn't think about grammar at all.
That is the power of safe sentences. When your mouth knows the words, your brain can relax.
This one is my favorite so far.
Good. Now, tip 3, practice alone first.
Practice alone? Talk to myself?
Yes, I know it sounds funny, but it really works. When you practice alone, there is no one watching, no one waiting for your answer. No stress. You can make mistakes and nobody knows.
Where should I do this?
Anywhere. When you cook dinner, say what you were doing. I'm cutting the tomato. Now I'm putting it in the pan. It smells so good. When you walk Max in the morning, talk about what you see. The sky is blue. That tree is very tall. There is a woman with a red hat.
Max will think I'm crazy. He will look at me like, Jake, are you okay?
Maybe, but your English will get better, and that's what matters.
Okay, let me try right now. I am sitting in a chair. Judy is next to me. We are making a podcast. The room is warm. I am a little nervous, but I'm having a good time.
That was amazing, Jake. No stopping, no thinking. The words just came out.
It's easier when nobody's listening. That's the problem.
And that's exactly why you practice alone first. You build your confidence in a safe place. Then, when you talk to real people, those words aren't new. They feel normal. You already said them before. You know them.
Practice alone, then go outside. I really like this tip.
Good. Next up, tip 4. This one is very important. Focus on the message, not the grammar.
What do you mean by that?
Many learners stop talking because they're afraid of grammar mistakes. They think, wait, is it I went or I go? Is it a or the? And while they think, the conversation is gone. The other person is already talking about something new, and the learner says nothing.
That is exactly what happened to me at the cafe.
Right, but here is something important. When you say, yesterday I go to the store, does the other person understand you?
Yes, they understand.
Of course they do. Your message is clear. You went to the store yesterday. The grammar isn't perfect, but the other person knows what you mean, and that is the goal. Sharing your message, not getting every word perfect.
So it is okay to make mistakes?
It is more than okay. It is normal. Even people who speak English all their life make mistakes. They say and they forget words, they start a sentence and then change it in the middle. Nobody speaks perfectly all the time.
That makes me feel much better.
Good. Remember this. People aren't listening to check your grammar. They're listening because they want to understand you. And most of the time, they do understand.
Focus on the message. I got it.
Let me give you a quick example. Imagine you want to tell someone about your weekend. You could say, "Last Saturday, I went to the park with my dog, and we walked for about 1 hour, and then I came home and cooked pasta for dinner." That is a long sentence.
Yes, that is very long.
Or you could say, "Saturday, I walked my dog, then I made pasta." Same message, clear, simple, and confident.
Saturday, I walked my dog, then I made pasta. That is much easier to say.
And the other person understands you perfectly. That is what matters.
I think I worry too much about grammar.
Many learners do, but from today, try something new. When you want to speak, don't ask yourself, "Is my grammar correct?" Ask yourself, "Will the other person understand me?" If the answer is yes, then speak.
Will the other person understand me? That is a much better question.
And now, our last tip. This is my favorite one. Celebrate every small win.
Celebrate? Like a party?
Well, maybe not a party every day, but yes, celebrate. Celebrate means be happy about something you did. Say, "I did it" to yourself. Because every time you speak English, even a little bit, that is a win, Jake. You ordered coffee this morning, right?
Yes, but I only pointed at a picture on the menu.
But you also spoke. You said, "That one, please." You used English with a real person in a real place. That is a win, Jake.
I didn't think about it like that.
Most learners don't. They only see what they did wrong. I forgot that word. My grammar was bad. But they don't see what they did right. You walked into a cafe, you understood the questions, and you got your coffee, all in English.
You are right. I did do all of that.
So celebrate. Say to yourself, "I spoke English today. I did it." Write it down if you want to. Keep a small list of your wins every week.
A win list?
Yes. Monday, I ordered coffee in English. Tuesday, I said good morning to my neighbor. Wednesday, I asked someone for directions. When you read your wins on paper, you think, "I am doing great. I'm getting better."
Wait, actually, I have more wins from this week. On Monday, I read the menu at a restaurant in English, and I understood everything.
That is a win.
And yesterday, a tourist asked me for help. A tourist, a person visiting from another country. He asked, "Where is the train station?" And I said, "Go straight, then turn left." He understood me, and he said thank you.
Jake, that is amazing. You helped someone in English. You gave directions. That is a big win.
I didn't even think about it until now. I just did it.
And that is the best part. Sometimes confidence comes to you without you knowing. You just need to notice it. So tonight, write those wins down. Read them before bed. And tomorrow, you will wake up feeling a little bit stronger.
I love that. I will start my win list today.
Perfect. And remember, Jake, confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about trying. Every time you try, you get a little stronger. Every time you open your mouth, you grow.
Every time I try.
Yes, you don't need to know every word. You don't need perfect sentences. You just need to open your mouth and try. And Jake, you are already doing that.
Thank you, Judy. I really needed to hear that today.
Okay, let's review.
Yes, let's see what we learned.
Today, we talked about building confidence when you speak. First tip,
Short sentences. Short is clear, short is strong.
our second tip.
Prepare your safe sentences. Practice them every day until they feel easy.
Good. Then tip 3.
Practice alone first. Talk to yourself. No stress.
And tip 4.
Your message is more important than your grammar. People want to understand you, not test you.
And finally, the last one.
Celebrate every small win. Even ordering coffee counts.
Perfect. You remembered everything.
I learned a lot today.
And I think our listeners learned a lot too.
I hope so.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Give this episode a like.
And share it with a friend.
Now, we have a question for you today.
Yes, please leave a comment below.
Tell us, what is one small win you had in English this week? Maybe you said hello to someone. Maybe you understood a song. Maybe you ordered something in English. Tell us your small win.
We would love to read your answers.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone. Keep practicing your English.